Excuse me. What in the world are you thinking?
Mean Gene, the first thing you need to do is to tell these people to shut up if you want to hear what I gotta say.
No lube. Just stick it in. Let's do this. What up, y'all? KMB, the sexy ninja, in the place to be for C Plus Studios. And a paper Saber universe. You already know what this is. You put that too sweet sign up right now and say, welcome to the New World Podcast, brother. And it's for life. We're talking about SmackDown, a big SmackDown, Las Vegas, Nevada. Michael Cole and Wade Barrett on commentary. Let's go, Dan! Sami and Owens package to catch us up what's going on. And like I said, WWE has the best, they catch you up pretty quick in a span of 2 to 3 minutes. They got the best packages. They got the music. They make it so cinematic. I love it. It's just one of those things. I can watch those things over and over again, even though I'm like, I already watched this. But with the music and the drama and the when they super kicks, the little freeze pause and whatnot, it's just some gangster shit. So as you can tell, I'm very excited. Damn good show. Cody Rhodes versus Ludwig Kaiser from Imperium. This was a fun match right here. And you know what's funny is I saw somebody. There's somebody I can't remember what their page is. I think it's like Wrestling Forever or something wrestling. But they were complaining about Cody and people he's been facing as of late, like LA Knight and Ludwig and stuff like that. He's like, oh man, he needs to be with Roman and this and that, blah blah blah. I'm like, oh, Paul Heyman comes out. He's still involved. Their build to WrestleMania is fine. I don't mind seeing Cody face Ludwig. I was looking forward to this. Like when Cody faced LA Knight, I was like, holy shit, hell yeah. There's so many matchups I want to see, so they're giving us a little piece and taste of the pie, the Cody Rhodes pie, the American Nightmare pie. And I did enjoy this match. It's a good way to start the show. You get that crowd hot. Everyone's singing Cody's song. Whoa! Paul Heyman, like I said, Paul Heyman comes out for a little bit of distraction. Cody's going to win. Solo joins Paul Heyman. Then there's a promo after the match. It's going to be Solo versus Cody on Monday Night Raw, the big go-home show. And SmackDown's going to have the return of Roman Reigns one more time, face to face, before their big showdown in Hollywood. It's almost there, man. It's almost there. A week from Sunday. We're almost there, baby. It's been a hell of a journey. I was looking through the New World Podcast archives, and it's crazy. The first New World podcast of this season, season 4. This is episode, I believe, 142. Season 4, episode 142. And I was looking at the journey to where we're at now. And the first nWp of this season was the review for Cody versus Seth in the Hell in a Cell match, the torn pec. Then Cody was gone after that. After he was written off TV that next night at Raw. And it's crazy to think, damn, when I started this, it's insane. It's insanely awesome. That's what this is, man. 142 episodes. That ain't no joke, folks. That's, that's a feat. I know there's people out there, but that's a feat for me. And with everything we've been doing, I've been trying to stay consistent, and this has been, I'll tell you, anybody listening right now, thank you, because honestly, this has been a really, really helpful with my mental health. With the writing the notes, sharing my love for this business, showing my love for these shows, and then just diving deep now into rabbit holes of professional wrestling. I just want to take this moment in time to say thank you. Now, on with the show. Paul Paul cuts a promo, and he said, he sets up Solo and him for next week. He throws the mic. Cody catches it, and Cody, oh my gosh, Cody tells Solo, "You're not ready." We get a "You're not ready" chant, and then he goes, "And Roman Reigns ain't ready for me." I was like, oh, scheiße. Oh, man. I'm like, oh. So, next week, Solo and Cody. Now, I found this breaking news interesting. John Cena and Austin Theory's match for the United States Championship is going to kick off WrestleMania on Saturday. It's going to be the first match. And there was some debate I was listening to on Busted Open Radio that got me thinking, for both main events of WrestleMania. Of course, Sunday night's going to be Cody and Roman. It has to be for the Undisputed Universal Championship. And they're talking about who main events the first night on Saturday. And, they were talking about how it needs to be Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn versus the Usos for the Undisputed Tag Team Championships. Then there was the talk of the women. And I was like, yeah, that's true, because I really, I just bought WrestleMania 2019 on Blu-ray. I found it at Bookman's, and I was looking at that WrestleMania. I'm going to rewatch it here soon. But I was looking at the WrestleMania, the first time ever in the main event, Becky, Ronda, Charlotte, both titles on the line. Becky's the one going in. And just that amazing moment in the evolution of the women. And now we're here with WrestleMania 2023. Where do we go? And when they said Cena versus Theory, the kickoff Mania, I was like, this match just seems like it'd be more like a second match. I'm excited to see John and Theory tear it up in the ring and see what John does and stuff like that. Because I know John's this is Theory's moment. There really hasn't been no build since Cena tore him down. Cena might come back on Raw this week. We'll see. Like the build-up has not been really anything here. So when they're like, it's kicking out Mania, I'm like, that's cool. Yeah, I'll watch. But if we're doing that, then that first night, we should have Bianca and Asuka somewhere in the middle. Maybe not second match, but like third, fourth. Middle of the show. Bianca, Asuka, they tear it up, they do the thing, because I'm just not invested in that story. I'm sorry, I'm just not invested. The storytelling for that match has just not been well done. On the other hand, Charlotte and Rhea has been phenomenal. So that's why going into this next part here was Charlotte coming out and talking. And Charlotte and Rhea can kick off Sunday. We have Charlotte and Rhea, first match, Sunday. Then you end it with Cody and Roman, a nice sandwich, if you will, for WrestleMania on the final night. I think that's where it's at. Charlotte and Rhea start the night, and they set the tone and said, all right, ladies and gentlemen, we tore the house down. Now it's your turn. Setting it off with a bang. That's just my thoughts on this. Charlotte Flair comes out, and I gotta say, man, when people start doing the what chants, what, I feel like that's so disrespectful, because even Charlotte had to address it. It's like, you what me? And Charlotte's trying to get through this promo. She's doing really well, and when everyone's like, what? Well, I was like, oh God, just shut up. Let her talk. Just let her talk, man. I understand you're in the moment. Chants or whatnot, but I think the what chant is annoying as fuck. But she did say she loves her father, and she's continuing the greatest legacy in professional wrestling. It was built on respect, and she respects every single woman out there. There's no such thing as fear to Charlotte Flair, and diamonds are forever, and so is Charlotte Flair. The point and the message is sent. I like the brawl last week. I like this. I can't wait to see what we do on the go-home SmackDown. So, and that SmackDown's huge. We got SmackDown, then we got the Hall of Fame. And then there's Supercard of Honor. It's all stacking, baby. It's all stacking that weekend. All week, honestly. So, And we got Stand and Deliver. It's good. It's a good time to be a professional wrestling fan, folks. We got Kevin and Sami backstage. Kevin's playing around in the chair. Sami's pointing at the KO sign because we got a big KO show at the end of the night. And for some reason, Piff, the Magic Dragon, was in the crowd because he's a magician and he's from Vegas. And he has a cute little dog, though. I didn't even know who this was. They're like, Piff, the Magic Dragon. I was like, who? So I looked him up. I was like, oh, you got a cute little doggy. A little doggy. Okay, now, Rey Mysterio versus L.A. Knight. I feel like, for me, this was the meats and potatoes of the show. The real meats and potatoes, because we got something that we've been waiting for. We've been dying. We've been chomping at the bit. We've been like, come on, Rey. Get your huevos and kick your son's ass. So, L.A. Knight for the win. Big win for L.A. Knight. I'm like, okay, I will take this because of Dominic coming out. And Rey's family's in the crowd and stuff like that. And, it's his wife and his daughter, Dominic's sister and mom. Dominic comes out. It causes a distraction and stuff like this and that. And afterwards, Dominic gets in the ring. He says, come on, fight me. Give me what I want. Let's fight. Let's fight. And I was just like, oh, my gosh, yes. Yes, please, Rey. And then Rey says no. Gets out of the ring. Future Hall of Famer here says he's not going to fight his son. I'm just like, the tease is unbearable at this point. It's like, But this is where the swerve comes in. Dominic goes and gets in his mom's face, calls her a deadbeat mom. Basically your husband's a loser and this and that. And that's what's made Rey Mysterio snap. And he turned around and he punched Dominic and that crowd went wild. I jumped out of my seat, scared the shit out of my cat because my cat was like sitting right next to me and she was in bread loaf mode. She was like, she lays on the couch and she looks like a loaf of bread, but man, I jumped up so big and she went poof. I was like, girl. And then Rey grabs the mic. He goes, son, you pushed me to this moment. Me and you, WrestleMania, Mysterio versus Mysterio. It's on, baby. It is on. I'm excited. I'm just like, finally. Goddamn good storytelling, and what a moment to make this happen. There's a few, but like I said, this is the meats and potatoes. I got to backtrack a little bit. There was a Big E commercial for Snickers that I really loved. I can't wait to see Big E back, and hopefully we can see what we can do with Big E. I just bought an action figure of Big E with the championship big moment with Big E winning. It was on Monday Night Raw after winning Money in the Bank and stuff like that, beating The Miz. So I can't wait until Big E comes back. But this commercial is really great. Xavier comes in. He's like looking and gets his Snickers. And it's like all Snickers. And Big E's like, I don't know which one to get. Do I want you? Just put a smile on my face. Little things like that puts a smile on my face. Another thing, while Charlotte Flair is coming out, grand entrance and stuff like that, I put here a kid in the crowd tearing up. I was like, oh, the magic of this sport. Especially, a little girl seeing Charlotte Flair in all her glory and this being connecting to that core of like, I can be a superstar one day, like WWE has great moments where they can catch the crowd and they catch this little girl tearing up because Charlotte's coming out. I was just like, that's awesome. That there is why we're fans, man. Just like that those are moments we live for and moments where we're in the crowd and we're awing these wrestlers, these superstars, just great individuals, So I thought that was a cool moment. So now a match though here, I can honestly say didn't really care for. Xia Li and Lacey Evans versus Natalya and Shotzi. Natalya and Shotzi win. Liv's out there. Raquel Rodriguez out there because they qualified for the showcase Fatal 4-Way Women's Tag Team match. The match itself, Xia Li, Lacey Evans, Natalya, Shotzi, I already saw that coming. I was like, anything with Lacey Evans, I know Lacey ain't going to win. It's just not working. Whatever. I think we need to go back to the drawing boards with her character. You know, Xia Li, she's just there. That's why I found it an odd pairing. Natalya and Shotzi was an odd pairing. You know, even Michael Cole was like, oh my God, this is a great pairing. I'm like, it's a random one. It's one of those moments like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You want to go to WrestleMania? Tag team. But I would say the best part about this was Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler coming out. Ronda making points about this town, saying, like, you know, how many times have we sold out this place? How many times have we given our all, you know, because they're talking smack with the women in there, Natalya, Shotzi, Liv Morgan, and Raquel, saying, we broke your arms, broke your spirits, broke your noses. You need to respect us and understand. And they announced they were added to that tag team match. And I'm like, okay, I'm invested. Give me that. Ronda, Shayna versus Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez versus why can I not? I just announced Natalya and Shotzi. Natalya, Shotzi, Liv Morgan. You get it. But that's how kind of unforgettable this was. But the Rousey and Baszler, they're added to the match. So let's go then. And I think we'll probably get the next qualifier either next Raw or next SmackDown. And who do you think it is? We'll see. I want some new talent. Maybe someone from NXT. You know, let's move someone up from NXT, a tag team from NXT. So I just something different, because we've seen this group of women brawl it out all year. Let's add some fresh new meat to this match. All right, contract signing for the Intercontinental Championship. It's a triple threat. Drew McIntyre, Sheamus, Gunther with Adam Pearce. It ended like, I love Rabid Butch. I love when they say Rabid Butch. So they're out there, and I love the story between Sheamus and Drew. You know, friends, lifelong friends in the business. You know, Drew slept on on Sheamus's couch and stuff like that. And Sheamus took Drew to his first practice and this and that. You know, like training. And I really love this story, and I like Gunther's aspect of like, why do I need to be here? I can't lose. You know, and I already beat Sheamus twice. You know, and Sheamus has never held the IC title, so there is some major like storytelling here with all of them. And after Butch attacks, we have the match set up, Gunther versus Butch. Such history between these two. I was like, it got me down the rabbit hole again with NXT UK, you know, RIP. But these two, you know, Pete Dunne and Walter, and I was going back and checking out some of those matches, and I was like, man, you know, Gunther, I will respectfully call him Gunther, not Walter, but formerly known as Walter, has come such a long way in physical form. Like, he was a little chubby. He could whoop your ass, though, chop the shit out of you. But I was watching his match. He's a little chunky, but now he's a machine. Built, breaded. You know, I was just like, damn. And, you know, and there is rumor that Triple H is going to give Pete Dunne back his name, get rid of this Butch thing. Thought it was dumb. Such a Vince McMahon thing, and I think Triple H has been trying to find the right way to finally just like, okay, you know, he's Pete. He is Pete. But man, this was a great match. Gunther versus Butch, know each other so well. Such great history between these two. Gunther for the win. A little bit of outside stuff going on, but it ends with Gunther down and Sheamus and Drew face to face. And the one thing I love about WrestleMania season, the one thing I love is when the sign, I was like, ooh, they're looking, either looking or they're pointing, they got that side eye. So big match at WrestleMania. Andy Kaufman in the Hall of Fame was announced last week. This Hall of Fame ceremony is shaping up to be a big one. So it's going to be on Peacock. So after SmackDown, next week, that's just crazy, man. I just can't believe it's here. I got the whole weekend off, so I'm gonna WrestleMania it up. Not Sheamus. Street Profits backstage talking about, you know, hyping up that triple threat match and how they are in the Showcase Tag Team Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match at WrestleMania as well, and they're like, how is Ricochet and Braun a tag team? What do they have in common? And Montez Ford, because they are smooth operators. Guy putting the hand gesture over his head, saying they're bald. That's all they got in common. Braun and Ricochet interrupt. They're like, oh, you have something against bald people, oh. But they're, kind of hyping this up. A nice little moment between the two, and that's going to be a big tag team match right there, because I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. Ricochet, Braun Strowman, Viking Raiders, the Street Profits, and Alpha Academy. Oof. The potential, I'm just thinking, everyone flying everywhere. That's going to be a huge match right there. All right. Now, to the other meats and potatoes of the show. The KO show with Sami Zayn as special guest. This was a lovely moment. KO comes out, says, welcome to the KO show, and here's my special guest, Sami. Sami comes out to a huge pop. Kevin has this great moment where he's like, you wanted this, huh? He goes, what do you mean? And Sami's like, what are you talking about? He goes, well, you wanted your own pop. And he was like, that's why you said we come out. I told you we should come out together. You said, no, people want to hear your music. They want to hear my music. You go out. You just wanted your own pop because these people love you. And yes, we do. That was a fun, cherished moment right there. And KO has been, I have one of the KO Mania shirts. I have one of the KO Mania shirts that he started playing KO Mania. And this was a special moment, man, where he's like, hey, Roman gave you that shirt. I'm going to give you a shirt. And WrestleMania isn't KO Mania. This isn't that. And he gave him the shirt, and Sami looks, and it says WrestleZania. WrestleZania is here. He says, the dude that came and set the industry on fire. And he's not lying, Sami Zayn. And it's such a great moment. Puts on the shirt, and I like what Sami's like, come on, we'll hug. And I like Kevin's playing to me. He's like, you only get one hug a year. Then he's like, come here, you son of a bitch, like that moment with Arnold and Predator. But they hug, but then the Usos attack, super kicks, chaos, but last person standing is Kevin with the chair. The Usos are out. We're building up to this tag team match, and we end the show like that. I'm happy. I am very, very happy. Great show. I give this show a solid 4.5 out of 5. I had a good time. Tell me what you thought of the show. Drop those comments below. Tell me what you think, what you love, what you hate, all that good stuff. Is this the WWE? And Sami did say something interesting when he's like, this WrestleMania feels different. And it does. This WrestleMania feels very, very special on so many levels of what's going to happen. There's a few matches that are like, like Omos and Brock Lesnar. It's more or less I want to see Brock Lesnar F5 Omos, just because it's a big dude. They have a contract signing coming up on Raw, but that's besides the point. We're talking about SmackDown. Okay. Tell me what you thought of the show. Were you happy when Ray finally hit Dominic? I was. I was indeed. So, drop those comments below. Go to our TeePublic store. Get yourself a sweet New World Podcast shirt. More designs on the way. Go get yourself the True Sexy Ninja logo for C Plus Studios now. Our little mascot, the True Sexy Ninja, designed by Katie. The New World Podcast logo, designed by Penta X. Go check out his music. He's got a great song dedicated to the great and late Razor Ramon. Check it out. And tell me what you think. Hit that subscribe. Drop some reviews. Tell them that you love C Plus Studios. Tell them that you love me, or tell them that you hate me. You can give me 1 star. Just as long as we're interacting here, folks. All right. That's it. That's all. Hit that like. Hit that subscribe. Share with your grandma. Share with your grandpa. Share with the bum down at Walmart. I actually gave the bum down at Walmart a really nice some food the other day. I was driving and I had some food. I went grocery shopping and I saw him and I was like, yo, and I threw him some food. He's like, yo, thanks, brother. I'm like, yeah. I was like, love you. And I drove off. But because he's on the corner, and there's traffic, but I gave him some food. Okay? Yeah, go show the bum down at Walmart some love. All right, y'all. I am KMB, the sexy ninja, and as always, the New World Podcast is for life, brother.
You're on. I'll see you at WrestleMania, son.